Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Please be quiet and courteous to others and silence your cell phones now.
You know what a harlequin is? A harlequin's role is to serve. It's nothing without a master. No one gives two shits who we are beyond that.
And welcome back to the movie experience, and now a part of the Nerdgasm Talk podcast. And now me, your host, Mr. Andy, and of course the member of our Q for the Rookie is going to review Birds of Prey this week. So I went out on opening night to go see Birds of Prey because I said next week I want to go see Sonic, and next week is All-Star Weekend. And for those people who know me dearly, I don't like being bothered on All-Star Weekend too much because I love basketball and NBA, and I like watching all the All-Star stuff, and especially if it's going to be very Kobe related next week. So yeah, so I got to watch all of that. So I had to take this opportunity to see Birds of Prey before I went on my little mini vacation. And I'm going to get right now. This is a movie that takes place after Suicide Squad. So it's almost like a Suicide Squad sequel. So, Harley Quinn has now broke up with the Joker. And now everybody is out to kill Harley Quinn. And now we get the introduction of a new Batman villain called Black Mask. So in this review, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the experience, and spoilers. Okay, so this new version of movie experiences, we will talk about spoilers. The first half, spoilers. That's how we're going to do it, because right now, like I said, I'm not sitting here in front of a camera reviewing it for you. This is part of the Nerdgasm podcast, so I'm doing it this way, and I realize I get more views doing it this way. So let's get into it. So okay, so Q Flow didn't see the movie with. I did invite him. Don't get me wrong, but he didn't get a chance to go see the movie with us. So, but like I said, he does not mind the spoilers also. So the good so far, we start off with the good, and the good in this movie is Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. She is phenomenal. This is her role. I don't want to see anybody else play Harley Quinn but Margot Robbie. She is phenomenal in the movie. And at first I seen her Suicide Squad, I was like, she's one of the best parts in Suicide Squad. And yeah, she's not the Tara Strong Harley Quinn, but she is her Harley Quinn, which it just is great. And this whole movie, it's like a Deadpool style movie. She's telling the story, and she's breaking the fourth wall with everybody. And she, in my personal opinion, is a great enough character to do it. Now, of course, me, my sister, and Shorty B are all big Harley Quinn marks. So, of course, this is a movie that we're going to look at. This is me and her movie. Even though we know it's not the Birds of Prey. Okay, so if you're a comic fan, you're like, wait a minute, Harley Quinn wasn't in the Birds of Prey. Yeah, we know. But however, that does bring me to the Birds of Prey, which they do all a great job too. They have Journey Smollett playing Black Canary, and she does a good job as Black Canary. I didn't know how it was going to turn out at first, but I was like, okay, she does a pretty good job as Black Canary. Mary Elizabeth Winstead plays Huntress, aka Swag's Ramona Flowers. Mm-hmm. And then we have Rosie Perez in here playing Renee Montoya. And then we have Ewan McGregor playing Black Mask. And all of them did a great job in this movie.
Obi-Wan Kenobi as Black Mask?
Is Black Mask, exactly. And he did a damn good job as Black Mask. But here's the thing. They changed Black Mask up a lot. So this movie here is all about representation. And this movie here is all about women empowerment. Some people may not take the message well, and some people may not have a problem with the message. I fall in the category of I did not have a problem with the message. I understand what they were trying to say, and they can have a women empowerment movie because there is no good man in this movie. None. Every man is written to be a straight dick. Not an asshole, a dick.
That's funny.
So, Harley Quinn finally breaks up with the Joker. And what I like about the movie is she just doesn't break up with him. Like, she has to finally get over her abuse. And then when she finally does it, she goes and blows up the chemical plant that made her. And then when everybody gets word that she has blown, that she is, her and the Joker broke up, there's a hit out on her head. Everybody wants to kill her because she doesn't have Mr. J to protect her anymore.
Right.
So, in the meanwhile, Black Mass is looking for this diamond that was made by the special family, and it just so happens that this this girl, I'll bring the name out to you. I don't know if people are a combo mark or not. If you remember the name Cassandra Cain,
I know that name. Why do I know that name?
Because she does become a version of Batgirl in the comics.
Okay, all right.
After Oracle thing happened, they changed her whole backstory in this one. So, with that being said, she has this diamond. And because she's a pickpocketer, and she comes from a broken down family, and then when she goes and steals his diamond, Black Mass wants it. He doesn't know that she has it, and Harley Quinn comes up on her because Harley Quinn doesn't want to get killed by Black Mass, so she offers to help him get this diamond back, and she finds out that the girl has it. You follow me so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so. That's basically what the whole kind of premise of the movie is about. Throughout the movie, like I said, it's a mixture of Deadpool meets John Wick, which is, the action is great, and it is rated R. So you're going to get some gory scenes, but and you're going to get some foul language, but it fits for the movie. It's rated R. It's rated R. It fits for the movie. And the Deadpool aspect of it is that she's breaking the fourth wall, and she's going around and telling the story and the backstory of all these women in here. Then once again, like I said, the women empowerment aspect. So you had Jerry Smollett, obviously being the black girl playing Black Canary. Then you had Huntress. Then you had the Hispanic and Rosie Perez. Then Cassandra Cain is Asian. And then of course you have Margot Robbie. So there was a whole diversity of women on this whole team that it was making, and Black Mask is gay.
Oh.
Yeah.
This was a cater to everybody movie.
Everybody in the spectrum, they cater to everybody. And people, this him and Zaz, Victor Zaz is yes, the one who after every kill he scars his body.
Yeah.
That guy. And he's not.
They made them a thing?
Yes. But here's the thing. It wasn't like they were on screen grabbing ass and kissing each other because it's rated R. But you could tell the sexual tension between them. And and I was just like, ooh, some comic book people not gonna like this. And I mean, I get it, but me personally, I was like, because Ewan McGregor he made the role of Black Mask good. He was very jubilant, and he was a pure dick in this movie. Like, when me and my wife went to go see it, all she kept saying was, I want him to die first. Because him and Zaz are just straight chauvinistic dicks. There's nothing else to say about that. That's all it is. I'm just like, when I say they went for man, there is no good man in this movie. They make that a thing. Every man that they come in contact with in this movie either steals their thunder, turns on them, or is trying to kill them. Every man. I'm not even lying to you. Now, I went over most of the good stuff that I liked about it. I'm going to have to go over some of the bad. And here's some of the bad. That this movie is, the pacing is all over the place. Because Harley Quinn obviously has a crazy mind. So as she's telling these stories, she goes and tells a part of the story, and then we'll introduce to another character, and you're like, well, who's this character? Then she'll stop the story to go back and explain who this character is, and then it will come back to where the present time is at, and then another character would appear, and then it'll go back to explain who that character is, and then it'll come back to the present time, and then you'll see how they intertwine, but then you're like, well, who's this other person? We ain't heard from them all movie. And then, oh, wait, let me explain who she is. Take 15 minutes to do that, and then come back. It's like, whoa, what's going on here? I'm lost. Because after a while, me and my wife were sitting there like, I'm trying to figure out what is the end game? What is this movie? And once again, I'm not going to do, even though it's a spoiler-filled review, I'm not going to do anything just to try to sit here and break it down, because it's going to take me about a good 20 minutes to do all that.
Right.
Because it really is all over the place, and I'm like, okay, maybe it would have worked better if this was just more of a cohesive story where they kind of like, because even Deadpool going around and breaking the fourth wall and telling the story, he told it just straight through. There wasn't that many cutbacks and explain this, explain that. But once again, I guess you talk about the character of Harley Quinn, maybe so. But I felt as though that part of the movie I didn't like too much.
Okay.
Now, granted, once again, I understood the message. I understood everything that was going on in the movie. Me personally, I did not like the way. No, I can't say that. I think I wanted to see more Black Mass, like as Black Mass, because he put on the mask like twice in the movie.
Wow.
And me being a comic book guy, I'm like, I want to see ruthless Black Mass with the mask on. Like, don't get, he does have it on twice in the movie, but I'm like, okay. I just want to see more of that. Also, I'm like, there is no, you can have a woman empowerment movie, but there's no good man at all. I'm like, every man's a dick. I wanted the movie theater like, damn, I feel like shit right now myself. I said, this must be for like how white folks feel after watching a slave movie or something. I said, cause I said, I just feel like shit. I sound like, baby, I'm sorry. Cause the way they illustrate the movie, like it's really a drawn line. Men are bad, women are good. That's how the movie is drawn.
Right.
And I don't mind the positive. I don't mind girl power. I don't mind woman power. I don't mind stuff like that. But some of the stuff in the movie, which is happening a lot of times, is it feels more pandering than it does actually respecting.
Okay. So
I'm listening.
Darn it. I lost my train of thought. Okay. So was it more like on a feminist side, or?
I would say the message was more on the feminist side.
Okay.
I will say, like I said, it didn't change the movie for me. It didn't make me feel like, oh, fuck you, you ain't talk, all you talk about, you hitting all these men. No, I get it. There's a story being told, and I'm like, there are some stories that are going to be told that when you are the bad guy of the story, when you watch the movie, that's just how you're going to feel. Look, trust me, it's just like, when you go see slave movies, or when you go see, these kind of upsetting movies, like, it's simple. You got, the slave owners, that's the bad guys, and the slaves are the good guys. That's just the way it is. So this movie is just like, for everything that they've been through, everything that has been happening, this is what's happening in the movie. I'm just like, all right, we are the way they're showing this movie is we are some very chauvinistic assholes. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I ain't saying it was a problem in the movie. I was just saying like, man, that that I was like that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking there's a lot of subtle man bashing, I would say, in the movie. But you know what I'm saying? That's what it was. I would like to see more of Huntress be Huntress.
What?
Like she did her crossbow stuff. She did her, fighting and being aggressive stuff. But I felt as though there could have been more to the Huntress character, and she was the one that had the less development out of all of them, because Harley Quinn gets to her last. And then we find out how she ties into all the movie. It's like, oh, okay. I kind of wish you would have started that stuff out at the beginning. Journey as Black Canary, I was like, okay, she's a fighter. It's not your Ollie Black Canary. It's not. It's a different kind. I mean, I can see her eventually becoming that when they do form, because at the end they do form the Birds of Prey with Renee, Huntress, and Black Canary, and Harley Quinn goes off to do something else. Could probably do Gotham City Sirens, but well, no, they're getting ready for the Suicide Squad 2, right? Oh yeah, she was good. Suicide Squad 2 is coming out, also by James Gunn. So, but those are the Birds of Prey. I don't know if this is going to work on it if that movie's going to work by itself without Harley Quinn. I can understand why Harley Quinn was in this movie, but because it wasn't to help with the whole selling point. But me personally, I felt as though I could use a little bit more Huntress.
Okay. Now it wasn't like, was it mostly a Harley Quinn movie?
It is a Harley Quinn movie.
Boy, that's what I was fearing.
It's a whole, because even in
Harley Quinn and Friends, David Ruffin and the Temptations.
Yeah, that's basically what this movie is. I mean, it's even in the title, the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. So that's what it is. So Harley Quinn is the selling point of this movie. She's the main character, and this is a Harley Quinn movie before a Birds of Prey movie. And I can see that if this is going to be their Birds of Prey, they would have need something to sell the Birds of Prey onto people. And Birds of Prey is not a group that, unless you're a diehard comic book fan, is going to resonate with this audience that's looking that's coming off the MCU. It's just not. Right. So Harley Quinn does have to sell it. The experience for me was that this was a very empty movie theater. Now I don't know if it's because of the time that I went, but it was only 4 people in there. So it was just me and my wife and 4 other people, and that was it. So had the theater to ourselves, and I think that if we had the stereo in the movie theater, it would have helped out a lot, because there were a lot of funny parts of the movie, and of course it's funny, you laugh and you want to laugh also with the audience, and it's easier if the other audience is laughing. But when you're quiet and you're laughing, I'm like, damn, am I disturbing the people? Because I'm one of the people that don't like to talk in movie theaters. So I think it would have benefited better from the stereo. My final grade for Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn is a hashtag give it a chance, which equates to a C. It's not a bad movie. It ain't a great one. It's really in the middle. I find it better than Suicide Squad. I had fun with it. I really had fun with it. If you was to ask me, hey, you want to come with me to go see Birds of Prey? I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't mind going seeing it again. If Swag want to ask me, hey, yo, you want to come see Birds of Prey? I wouldn't mind going see it again. But it's just that it was one of the movies that it's not one of like DC's. This is not going to be like, yo, hey, DC, man, it's the turnaround point. We had that with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam, but I still think Wonder Woman 84 is going to be also good. But I think this one was a kind of a step back because you still had those Suicide Squad elements in there. But I do think that Suicide Squad 2 is going to turn it back around. And like I said, I don't know what the money it's going to make at the box office this weekend. I don't know if they're going to try to demand a sequel or not.